It came like a thunderbolt. Hours after the resignation of Rivers State Attorney General Commissioner for Justice Zacchaeus Adango, another commissioner in charge of finance, Isaac Kamalu, also threw in the towel. Like Adango, Kamalu, in a letter to the secretary to the Rivers State government, rejected his redeployment from the finance ministry to the Ministry of Employment Generation and Economic Empowerment. Kamalu cited absence of peace in Rivers State despite the peace pact brokered by President Bola Tinubu last December, claiming it's impossible for him to give his best in an atmosphere of rancor. Expectedly, the resignations are eliciting mixed reactions.
They have been absorbed back to the system and they were ready to do their work, but he was not assigning their jobs to them. So moving them to another ministry, they will still suffer the same thing. And it's an indication that the government is not sincere with the peace process. Simple and short, we need him to be committed to his words.
The AG of the state cannot be subservient to the governor. He's the legal officer. He cannot enter a nollie. He cannot just stay and enter a nollie or discontinue a nollie. He must observe. People were shouting that he ought to have gone to court to fight for the government.
But for these residents of Rivers State, the governor has the right not to only hire and fire, but also to reassign portfolios.
That you were moved from a ministry to another ministry, you start writing a letter talking about respect or no respect of Mr. President decision. That has nothing to do with Mr. President decision. Nobody has violated the Mr. President decision. Rather, the governor said, you have been in this office for a while, move to another office. If somebody labor for it, he will appreciate God because it's a place of service.
If in their wisdom they feel that the office where they are taking them to is not lucrative, what other commissioners that were there before them? Were they complaining? This is the issue. So I believe that for me, they have adduced their reason for resigning, and the government of Rivers State should accept it in good faith.
The office of the Attorney General is most sensitive, particularly if you look at the legality surrounding the tussle between the House of Assembly and the governor. The first port of call ought to be the office of the Attorney General. He is not the spokesman, but he has a responsibility to come up to say, this is the position of the government in view of the misunderstandings and misinterpretation of position of the law in relation to the House of Assembly members and the governor.
Already, many are speaking on how to bridge the widening gap of distrust between the FCT minister and his supporters on one hand, and the Governor Fubara'S and his supporters on the other, in order to ensure a peaceful Rivers State for development.
When we campaigned in this state, we campaigned that we are going to stand on we are going to consolidate on the gains of the previous administration and even do better. But for the past 4 or 5 months, it's been from one political crisis to another. And this imbroglio is not doing Rivers people any good. And I can tell you for free, if we do not stop this, the destruction is going to take us to a point where we cannot come out in the next electioneering period to tell Rivers people, we gave you roads. To tell Rivers people, we gave you hospital. To tell Rivers people, we employed you.
The advice there is for the governor to have a state broadcast to appeal to those who he has advertently or inadvertently made to derail, that he wants peace. For them to now withdraw or sheath their swords.
We are saying that he's also representing Rivers people. He should focus so that nobody will take it for excuse that because of this, because of that, that is why Governor Fubara'S is not doing well. The Rivers people will not take it. Everybody should stay in his lane so that there will be peace in Rivers State. And that is the role we are playing as the elders of Rivers State.
Recall both commissioners who are loyalists of ex-Governor Wike had previously resigned last December in the heat of the political crisis in the state. They were only reinstated as part of the 8-point peace pact brokered by President Tinubu. The days, weeks, and months ahead may just spring up some deft political moves that may further elongate the lingering political crisis in the state. From Port Harcourt is Andy Omano, Arise News.